Na said okay, let us obi no wa wonchi no.
I'm telling you that the government is committed and the government and the party support it. So we'll be a wedi boni yanchino. EOCO betimi acho, national security betimi acho, police betcho, police for crowd almost started one there.
There was in Afenyo police betcho.
Ayi kwada so MP ye call assembly election come abrabi. Officer san.
Ya mama kwaba, mkwa masanya ba, bibia ye boko. Ya bon komo hwehwem na enra no na SSS Deputy General Secretary of the NDC na SSS ne din komo na unfortunately no na emre nim enti enda nyame adom owa ha Mustafa morning
Morning
na bibia boko de
Rodia ya domo
General oho
pa General sa akokra o sha chire na or directing them.
Returning catcher.
Oh, and call fake meeting. So no not to dream. Yeah, said ye beya a nadmu. Who said semi. But ye be buana a white me agina ye. The Andra shall see you and general no not today or to a drum. The party will not sit back and take its hands off the government. Because party no na de aban no a buy. Sa aban ni year party mpenifoɔ ka ho bi. Sa aban no anya year party mpenifoɔ ka ho bi. The General Secretary and National Chairman and Omwadwin said they will be part of providing guidance when necessary. Said the beya aban no betimi ejina so. Na President Mahama anisu adi hu a odi abedi mampanyin reset no ejina betimi aboana akoso teton general hopa
wow
ese na se oba ne back oba back oba ya che
so e no ba
so oba back
one ba no be ka che say anado so ye de nkwasiafo na to me
say ampa
sa
oh na no we hu so so me share video no back na me Afia yesu I wish that me NPP ni captain o share there Wontumi akum nanse we ya na regional chairman of the biggest and the stronghold of NPP wadi boniu na one mra no anya na NPP mpenifuo yu refi nyansa na afei wo de wontumi no amani hunno and womo de revive womo political career e launch womo political ambitions and afei obi bail nti abedane ntokwa between womo fees womo presidential presidential ambitions within the NPP womo person womo di national executive elections now under that agony of Chairman Wontumi no Afenyo na NPP for MPP showcase womo I was so shocked na mbisa me hu sa enti yewu ayayi asini Wontumi po de owu yewu abaya friend say enema bi a waye o me ntoto ho enyina anim si ye chewa bail there o person ye variation o court no akọvari o bail MPP for you free. So I'm not surprised, sir. Metete want to be say he won't eat because he doesn't trust his own MPP people. Because we're whom that former deputy finance minister here or poison we. John Kuma is a lesson to Chairman Wontumi. And you know, I am very shocked. But at the end of the day, Captain, let me assure the MPP, sir. Memete Hende, me party deputy general secretary. Na President Mahama ama me appointment. Na me de krono and a better ma adwimu say o man no na me bo no krono a. E kina ye chime na wo NDC ni wo kogina sa police station so wagime. To wo a wo kogina ayi anu. You are right to call them say Sebu. It was an exercise in futility. The most disappointing one, they say, members of parliament. Obi a ya to abama ye enkane ye kase obi a MP a no buo wo ye nipa no ho odu hwe we mu amkotena EOCO enemy obstructing law enforcement. These are the kind of people in US na ya chi obo ananse ya de kwan bi enso ade emra kwan bi so de o mafa ni aka say abrofo akunipa because we are MP na law enforcers are working. You have forgotten what knowledge and common sense dictates and expect you to do. Now your only solution is about to obstruct justice, obstruct law enforcement. Is a bigger crime than the alleged crime for which reason and I want to be a share a BNI hodom. So for me, NPP for the what is important is Captain the mandate said NDC should fight corruption is a mandate that cannot be killed by anyone. There are a lot of low-hanging fruits in government. Now we are police station. And when we get there, nobody should say that because NDC for power and NPP for but than the headmasters. To omu easy life. Yamfa emrafufro. Yantichire emrafufro because they are NPP people. Yes, that mandate is still active. So Ghana for who say omu mpesi omu chichi nkrofo ma omu ameka so ye na eto aba na babi edu no ebejai. But until then, Captain, as you chichi ne de Afia na ebecha ase o. Obi bia wedi boni okrum ha will be arrested. Nothing will stop it. Absolutely no noise from anybody, no obstruction from anybody, and let the NPP people think that more boni amodi are more opposition. Your path is to be threatening the ones in government. Sir, when you come to power, you will deal with us. You won't do nothing. Now, will you be alive at the time? You are thieves and you have stolen, and there's evidence that you have stolen, and you are being taken on. Your solution is to be threatening your opponents and saying, say, overpower. Were you not in power for 8 years? And then, look, people are going to be taken on, and one city tax, Ghanaians are complaining. Because there's clear evidence, 8 years ago, people of Ghana have paid. Omutria tax, tax. Omutria tax, and I want to be more loan. 10 million, no more D, free of charge because you are a regional chairman of NPP. Now, na Ghana for uncle Brew Mokola no Muntriaka. And sin Nancy Etchna. Obi Bia no one touch myself. Would you better buy mu with the boneno? Ya bet you, Omoba power munkuina. But until then, Ghana for also be who say a baby by Omodemra at the year, Juma. A Juma no dear, a becoso, and now yet he. And maybe sir a mobile war. Captain, 6 months ago, now a mobile year 800 or 900 Ghana cities. And between 300 and 250 Ghana cedis. 250 Ghana cedis. And Jerry can kufor the and can near ton 500 to 600 Ghana cedis. And then above from 300 Ghana cedis. O say abaya teso nyere. NPP for bomb paye ko nrusu kompa boso say. And can be binsi. Ghana for they should be angry with the government. These are the kind of people who want us to be listening to them. NPP is praying for equalization, but unfortunately, Nyansa na adwen sonko. Was pure to steal from the people of Ghana, and they did so. Now you are being called to account. You will not. Intermediate, Captain. I don't know. I think sir. I don't go be no abe. Afenyo ya beti chenkrofo. So for no say na sa National Cathedral dewe or cost rubber form, they will answer for it. Jesus Christ didn't teach anybody to become, a man of God and at the same time a politician. Kusi we have a prophet. December 7th, and Ajua election, he was keenly involved in the scheme from Baumia's house to reach 2024 election. This one you call him a prophet. National Cathedral, and when you do this, they say, oh, it's NPP or your NPP Ninti and NDC are chasing them. All these aircraft now, ballot papers, this kind of. He was keenly involved. They were all involved in this matter. So what are they talking about? You have lived a kind of life, and you must be responsible to that life. What business has a pastor, a prophet got to do with having two names? Say, me, Metihai, now Captain Minya Penny, a child who's a Miodimi, won't you call me a thief? So Mustafa, they should call him a thief. Say, Pastor, Yankas or a concro. I mean, what kind of double standard is that? Scholarship Secretary and Raul Yakuma Betran has saying, Captain Ukon Gracia Obi, a brilliant, no Mameton Bidie, Mameton Wache, on to mean Trace Cam and Unquabridge. I buy at the scholarship secretary, say, Yam Fam one crop for ma, no Monco school, near Sawa Mushabra. Would you to be fading at the Obi call UK, no one disca, no D, Nani Padanam UK in the name of scholarship? Is it not criminal? When the laws are dealing with you, you say, NDC and Cocoa Board, Captain. Cocoa Board CEO in the last 8 years was not an ordinary. Cocoa Board CEOs now, President Akufo-Addo, they were not coming from Volta region. Omunye Infantifo, Omunye Akanfo, Sameboa Kasabeboa. And you want Cocoa Board. Women name the benefit of cocoa to Ashantis. Don't they know? President Akufo-Addo no nyaka. Doesn't he know the benefit of cocoa to the Ashanti people where they get vote from? And when you are interrogating these facts, look at the things that are coming out of Cocoa Board. And all those things, Afenyo markings, Munyina Kahubi. Hey. Of course. Afenyo markings, Munyina Kahubi. When you are interrogating the issue, they say, oh, I NDC for that, they are witch hunting. Witch hunting what? A politician who is a businessman. And you do things right, you inflate invoices, and you don't expect the law to interrogate what you have done. Yet Tikrobu has saying, and say, for us to win election, young Conquerors a Volta region for before the year. Obumuache, one more sessionist group or honum. Okaya, Western Togoland. No one more creating an artificial group beer. You best no more common the flags are quite so. No more the tipper tracks are not here. Now, you deploy soldier for aqua intimidating Crawford. One more year, Yam, a coche, one more, a bimu, bimbila. Echo do yendi. After Nana free Abaimua. All those things are over. Adentia. You do all of these things and you expect that the law should not deal with you. How can you sit in a country where you decide, say, very evil-minded, say, Ebimu de Yanka say, almost on Western Togoland, the emphasis soldier from Kogu Aposo. Is that how to govern a country? And when you say it, instead of the NPP sitting down and reflecting over their wrongs and taking responsibility for sin and engaging, they rather think that say Yeti will be a Yemache MPs are more parliament, no Munko Yoko near transform. We are a very lenient government, Captain. And you see, when we won election, there were two things beckoning this country: cleansing and revenge. Cleansing and revenge were the two common things every single Ghanaian was yearning for. It takes a wise leader like President John Dramani Mahama to navigate the ship. They call us the Hawks. Afenyo Markins call us the Hawks. don't allow the hawks to run the government. President Mahama has actually assembled the mild ones. If the hawks were in charge, NPP they will attest to what wrong they have committed. You call us the hawks because we are NDC people. Don't allow the hawks. President Mahama decided that let the laws take its own natural course. That is the only reason why Amuakwata munyina yanyanche womo. Amuakwata so meche. Yanche ne Amuakwata. Ope uncle heaven no from. The time drew, he will be arrested. Hey, obi a wotimi sorry. No oka say 11 ma abolish road tolls bank parliament. Is it not causing financial loss? Why are they causing financial loss by? President Akufo-Addo as Attorney General. The vehicles coming from Togo, Burkina Faso, all of these are Omufaya Kwan. Toes burn Omutia. What is more criminal than doing that? Because you want to win election at all costs. Captain, and now me Dominic Nitwell, he was talking and I was shocked. I was shocked, sir. There are wise people in the NDC who think that we should tame down and manage things properly. Dominic Nitwell, you are facing a military uniform scandal. Was it not the Minister for Defense? Hey. Military uniforms. Was it not the Minister for Defense? The armored vehicles. Was it not the Minister for Defense? Allowances are a soldier for our peacekeeping. Was he not the Minister for Defense? All of these under you as a minister. And you are talking as if you are a saint. When they were doing that thing, I was watching the video. Most of the people in that video are people who are under investigation. The entire agitation was to cover up, was to silence the people of Ghana. So NPP, sorry, we are agitating. No, they were not agitating for anybody. They are agitating to cover up their all wrongs. That is why today, this morning, you see the kind of reactions you are seeing. Say, 1%, 1 Ghana cedi tax here. NPP people have Oma Jampo free a certificate verification job. And they are tax experts today. And we interpret it differently. Captain, the only problem I have is ECG. ECG. Who was the board chairman of ECG in the past periods? The rot at ECG. If we haven't cleaned that rot, you think Ghanaians shouldn't have a cause to complain? And the light in do. You see, go to one Ghana, the same person is accusing government, and he's walking around. He's still walking around. So what I say, sometimes it's very frustrating. Under what circumstances should Afenyo Market still be walking around? Under what circumstance should Afenyo Market still be walking around? No, being go to one Ghana city. Now, for 40 years, you don't move Bokron. Oma Bokron, Omufia, Bayana, Dumusona started. And now, you decide to say, President Mahama, ye be paying. Or Sabe, ye be being. Because every day in Crawford, foreigners are entering our country, industries are growing, factories are growing. Our demand for energy continue to increase. It will never come down. So let's solve it. And Tiamfa 1 cedi and 2 will be a fuel. So, Captain, in December, I got fuel and I had 27 Ghana cedi.
That's right.
And then so they had 11 cedi and not 12 cedis. Yamfa 1 cedi kakranto so. Wamusi a reintroduction of e-levy. E-levy was targeted even to the unemployed young person on our street. As long as you send electronic sika bia no you pay e-levy. This one work out obetua bi niem fan solve dum so once and for all, because NPP people want the government to fail so that they can get grounding to stand. They are the ones making the noise. Why are we charging 1 Ghana cedi putting 1 Ghana cedi tax on fuel? Ghana for na ebe power macho uwo kuro na wan fa eduru ngumu a captain wonane na yebetwa ene yedum lighter ye misa se na adu fie wo lighter na say president Mahama fie e wo light ye misa se captain fie wo lighter na say Mustafa me fie wo light ye nyina ye da sumu. We should all cooperate, even though say even though say it's difficult, even though say President Mahama, President Akufo-Addo supervised the dissipation and misuse of previous taxes that were collected. I can assure them that President Mahama will not do same, and that when we pay this money, doing so will be a thing of the past. We will use our 2028 election fortunes to guarantee for this. Sir, Ghanaians should trust the Finance Minister, Honorable Attah. Ghanaians should trust the Minister for Energy, John Jinapo. And Ghanaians should trust all the people who are committed to ensuring that we will stabilize your energy situation. You say, once this thing go through, we can deal with Dumso once and for all, because the accumulated debt we need to also solve the current need as far as energy is concerned. If we don't pay, Captain, we cannot do it. President Mahama cannot do it. And we can't go again and be borrowing because of this one. So it is better Ghana becomes self-sufficient. Let's go back to the people of Ghana. Say a pamocho, Captain will be in Triabi, na yemfa resolve Dumso issue. So that is what is the difficult.
No, but on social media, I mean, it's surprising.
Yes.
That Obiya Chose, they welcome that idea.
Yes. MPP for
at least they say no. Yetimi who say petrol free, whatever.
Abedu baby dam.
Abedu baby away.
Correct.
I am hoping, sir, to say the energy minister can one city na abeka hono and cost review. That be. Na yetimi street light. Yenye bibia na yenye ye krono.
Captain, what to the new truth said this is the last increment tax as far as that area is concerned. What did the calculation? Look, it has never happened in this country, sir. Within 5 months, we have been able to stabilize our city the way Honorable Attah and the team have done. Never in the history of this country. Their first Ofori Atta buy and the first so Koji Eurobond, Ubekaya, Templeton. Onua data bank, who percentage, Unkai. That is Yale for no. Can Ofori Atta buy, I know Koye, and near number be an enemy. And ne, so who come near the dollar mawa, as the Nippanese is you. Because we have devalued the dollar. The dollar is not attracting any Ghanaian any longer because we are now proud of our currency. If you go to the market today, price of goods and services from Ghana are beginning to feel the impact. The only problem we have today, and Captain, because today is June 4th, the only problem we have, they say, and Crophobia. Despite the fact, sir, GPRTU unions, Omwamba akabom say yente fair so no, very soon the Minister of Transport will begin to go after those people, because price reduction does not help a political party. It is for the people of Ghana. Those who can afford, the ordinary Ghanaian na womutua banso. I won't train a woman because all be free than by Abakra. Said you'll be triano, on to be 20. And yes, you reduce Robia a hontono. Because you reduce fuel. Dollar boaba from spare parts boaba from one. Captain, why would you say that you wouldn't, reduce your prices? And a bit more, one more jaswa. Yate and also free 800 cedis. And the about 250 and not 300 cedis. Rodi also won't test so because we NPP ni. Open say I want to work room. Namudia campaign. Very soon we'll come after those people to ensure that they reduce the prices to reflect the gains that we are making in terms of our economic recovery. That is the essence of governance. Governance should not, satisfy few people and displace majority of its people, citizens. President Mahama is here to create a country that will accommodate everybody. NDC ni biye ni agenda biya say yegu obi adwuma. Yes say NPP ni bi adwuma. At least I know say President Akufo-Addo every chebi a kwawu enclave. Every year of 8 years President Akufo-Addo be the president. When Timi Anka say Ghana for nyina we business for yenkohia. Ni yanwi said ye be ya beboa na modwuma akoso. President Mahama baye oyesremuni kwawu ne ekoye business summit. Captain Nanado Ankobi. Why didn't he feel ashamed? Say his own enclave. It has to take the chief of staff and the president. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to say, Yamwana Ghana for businesses in Koso, who ye MPP new, who ye NDC new. Yabeshamo Jumana se na abaina buamo. That is the essence of governance. President Akufo-Addo and the NPP regime in 8 years had a plan, say, who ya santini cry say business. We edin zika kwa say the business. As antifokra wo mabo wo party no. Yesi NG party ni free wo musem. Ni enko fa Baumia. It is not that they are committed to Baumia winning, no. Just to prevent the Ashantis from what? Being in charge of their party. Yen say for business, yen gun for juma. Say a new proposal like a license. She new licenses are abandoned the Ukayin Triaka. That is what President Akufo-Addo subjected businessmen in this country to go through in the last 8 years. Yabaye, one business they are saying no. Captain, will you have all the info? Businessman be about Jose. NDC for us Egune Jumada. So you have people sitting in parliament and they are making noise. These people, Captain, look, in the last 8 years of the NPP, Unim said if there is any group of people who are impoverished and punished, first and foremost is the NPP grassroots. Do you know that? Kotamo aye campaign aye constituencies, aye regions no. NPP Penyibia and Kobi. They were in Accra here. I'm telling you. Galamsey awomo ka ho asemu nei. Womo teacher no womo fire. President Akufo-Addo ministers were the ones behind Galamsey. From the Jubilee House to the ministers. All of them were in it. And wama pen crofon womo yama womo. Ufi say what IGP Onua is doing today. Ufi say what Interior Minister is doing today. Honorable Mutakabo Barak. Ufi say what Ama Kofi-Boa is doing today. Near a friend of the National Security Coordinator collaborating to do. You think we couldn't do that under President Akufo-Addo? There was no will and preparedness to fight it because there was a proprietary interest. People were benefiting from it. And they say Yensu, and they say a forest, and they did that whole.
Say away. Edubwa he will court. Professor Christopher
Sky 3, no? Yeah.
Will court.
Yes.
Wontumi I'm told next week.
But since they say I will report 3 times a week. Now the bonny crying you. No. Who can say apeti the explosive and a cool microphone? Yes, during transition. Now,
say I no say no. What put the former finance minister on red alert? I say a children. I don't watch it.
Hey, you. Mr. Ghana for fees what my brow back at the now didn't you want to Obama? achichi into omoto abama yo.
So why ready some of punish one way we sika.
And you punish you, you bet you would di boni abecho. Yes. Would di boni abecho. Ya tin we. Hey, ni awoma yo krum ha. Captain boni bi Kofi Juma. Unuya Kofi Master Kofi Juma ya otikumasi. Ono kwa de me ka ne boni kire wa. You will be shocked. Na or to me timika say. Na Senate President Akufo-Addo obi antimi nya ne hwe. Or pon kosoma from. See as wo yare. Obanum eduro up a police station pe. What timi car ye tono $90,000. Ye di ama we yusu. Ukwa what auction ama ho 40,000. What kind of reasoning is this?
40,000.
Yes.
40,000 guys.
Kofi Juma, yes.
Call him. Can you tobo Mustafa?
Bebo.
Carry $90,000.
Me nam katreo.
And a auction man home.
Me nam katreo. Yes. Last week, police for the koya odwane frifie. Ana omotimi age card baako. E di aba. Glass factory. Kumase babia Gihok. Oh. What say ho nyina? Kofi Juma. These are the kind of characters who had the effrontery to sit on radio and say, who free give or call demonstration. At that time, what law was in force? At that time, what law was in force? Captain Nemani Diabebe, where we are politician now, we car. You will be dealt with President Mahama, including all of us. Mitihui, Mikodi Bonia, Captain, a chairman Kabi Mame. Because my NDC ni biya Kojina police station be, because I have been given a role to work. I haven't given a role to steal. Anybody that have stolen money under NPP, you can be President Akufo-Addo. It's not ending today. It's a mandate that must be in full-fledged. It's a mandate that must be done in good faith on behalf of the people of Ghana. No amount of intimidation, no amount of demonstration will stop it. So the NPP should be ready. Now more started a stakeholder engagement to rebuild your party. Captain, that matter cry you can say investigate here. You yes, maybe You be mpanyifo ni bi. So,
na some be wiere de say na match obi a wo.
Da be nya obi a na bokro no. They are hard-working people in this country.
Am before no.
Yes.
Why na monche do? Wo hwa emu wan na wo.
Oh, say anyansafo bi wo ho.
Why ya bi te say.
Oh. Na po say, ono na tro 11 million Wi-Fi. So omo aye secondary schools.
Na say ono be che no. The okay dey che say o be che no.
Ah. Asa me na okay.
There's an apple betch no.
Aban na cry.
Aban apple.
Oh. Na ECG asem no ye den yi ne ho frame. No energy minister. Deals are wo so sign ye ayi rig ayi deals are wo cosmos. Oh, captain.
Na say the okay let us obi ene ho awonchi no.
Enyam na mechi obi o. I'm telling you that the government is committed and the government and the party support it. So obi bia we di bone ye nche no. EOCO betimi achew, national security betimi achew, police betchew, police for kwade almost started wo de.
They question na fe police betchew.
Ayi kwada so MP a ye call assembly election come abrabi. Office asan. You think is it not a criminal matter? What are you talking about? Ayi ye call ye by election. Ayi ejuso. Na okoma obi bribe no. Is it not pending at the police station? Is it not pending?
Wow.
Captain, look, let the laws work. It doesn't matter the quantity and the amount of crime. That is why for me, Captain, look, on any day, we are not against judges. Me, I'm not against any of the judges. But I will also not subscribe to the fact, say, Ubia offered no judge. Ubia so we are punching, I would be jailing no. Politician, you will define conflict of interest should yourself be a petty thief and sit as a judge? It shouldn't be allowed to happen in this country. We a judge now. Your power as a judge, Captain. Now what government bungalow? Now sounds a percentage of your salary as rent allowance. Tell me why you should continue to be a judge in this country. Not less a judge, a Supreme Court judge, and not less a Supreme Court judge, but a CJ of this country.
Oh, how? What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm telling you.
Torkonu.
Me say.
Now
we can't tolerate petty thieves to lead the judiciary of this country.
No, but so, you see, it's a serious statement. No one making no.
Not just that. Not just that, thief. Captain. If a judge,
if you mention CJ,
if a judge,
and you add the statement,
if a judge,
a petty thief.
If a judge, may say,
it's a serious statement.
We can't tolerate a thief, a petty thief, to be even a lower court judge, let to talk of a high court judge, to talk of a Supreme Court judge, or to talk of a CJ. Law is a serious business. Justice is a serious business. Injustice is so painful. I have experienced it before. I'm saying that not only that, if you have persons who take double allowances for rent, so let the NPP should stop politicizing issues. Is it not the case, sir? The judiciary, a contract has been awarded for Christmas decoration, close to 1 million cedis without procurement. So that is where. Wait, that is where. That is where Minister B.U.S.K. That is where
Christmas decoration. Chief.
Oh,
Christmas decoration.
Yes,
they're decorating.
Oh.
That's a Christmas decoration.
So the MPP should be very careful because you see. Yes.
Christmas decoration. Christmas. You see, judicial service and decorating during Christmas.
And look at it. And remember, try have born another. Ding. So we ma take businesses in his government. It's wrong. And I'm
yeah, sure.
Okay. President Mahama, the baby ni government. Now, if we can sit for a CJ to award contract to her daughter, where she's a CJ, and you think that is not wrong, and the MPP is defending the
contract.
Oh, go and see the court complex, the court library. Who is the one furnishing the place? The CJ bar. And the MPP people know. Torkonu. The MPP people know
the current
this.
CJ.
Yes,
the suspended
they
CJ.
know this.
Or the contract man.
Yes. Go and check if she didn't take a percentage of a rent while she was living in a government bungalow. Go and check. Yes, I'm saying go and check.
Chief Justice.
Yes.
Government
so when she's all over the place trying to pretend that she's not being treated fairly, NDC is going after her, and she's this, please, there's a wrongdoing. What is she talking about?
No.
What are we talking about?
CJ, or the government bungalow, and or Sanso J right to fear by.
What J? And what a whole bass and go and check their audited report. Go and call Justice Enim. She says she has paid back. If you have taken government money and you've returned it, does that mean you haven't committed a crime? MPs G double salary.
Patrol.
Were they not going to be prosecuted?
Now say. Then and now oh yeah.
Now what?
Library.
When okay, Calvin Taylor now are down Funtia. Okay, I want it. Okay, I want it. You think he was lying? It is true, and the MPP people know that.
What about the 1 million decoration though?
Missy, they know all of it.
And why? You're the decorating.
What they are trying. If they like, if they are men, the way I'm and we'll go to step 2. But I'm saying that they should stop doing politics on the issues. Baby, the judiciary awarded somebody the opportunity to go and demolish my house when I didn't even appear. Is that not injustice?
Your house?
Yes, is that not injustice? There are businessmen in this country who have lost their entitlement because of a compromised judiciary. Is it not painful enough? And we sit here and we are trying to politicize the issues. Okay, we are MPP 40 saying Afenyo Markin knows everything. He is the deity of the Chief Justice. Ono kwa na misleading maame no eba sa nyema we nyina esi. Afenyo Markin is the deity of the Chief Justice. Oh, Yatikromu has said, oh, Abino, they are going after her, and they are not allowing her or no encore. Who told you that the people who sit on the committee are so unreasonable that they will mistreat a current Chief Justice even though on suspension? The caliber of former Speaker of Parliament, former Chief Justice of this country, a former Attorney General, Madam Betimudidrusu. How can you do that? And you are not clean. Captain, and you are not clean. Tomorrow, if I'm in a wrongdoing and I'm taken to the court, let me face justice for my wrongdoing. But nobody should obtain justice against me when I haven't committed any wrong. That is the country we should be governing. That is where we should be heading to as a country, where you can walk to the judiciary and get justice, where the ordinary farmer can walk into the judiciary and get justice. And before you are banchom the jail, and people continue to misbehave with government institutions, and we are not saying anything, and we are quiet, and we are politicizing it. Let's do business as usual. Afenyo Markins, in Impabwa or Parliament, you're trying to photo and the such an irresponsible character of an MP, where you Impabwa school crowd, what the classroom, who you Impabwa and Pabon. A leader of minority who you will shoe. And in the chamber of parliament, say, oh, we are politicians, let us do our politics. For them, it is politics as usual. Captain, for some of us, it is life. Politics have destroyed a lot of souls in this country. Corrupt systems have destroyed a lot of good things in this country. And it's time all of us rise up and fight for what is right. Oka na gofredamiaba no onunu. How is it possible that we operate under the separation of powers? Now, your executive, your judiciary, your legislature. In 8 months, the executive was supposed to be different from the judiciary. They are like rivalry bodies. The chief legal advisor of government is today a lawyer to a troubled head of judiciary. Is it possible? Have you not vindicated, sir, Ghanaians thinking that the judiciary wasn't independent under Torkonu? Has it not been vindicated? Look, having confidence in an institution, it may be biased, but it is what the people see and what the people feel. Captain, you may be the most honest man in this country, but if the people believe that you are a thief, you are a thief. As far as you don't establish innocence, and you continue to demonstrate actions that makes you culpable, they will believe that you are a thief. So when you do all these things, and you try to blackmail the government, and are binding saying, and the NDC for you've been in power for 8 years. You lost miserably. No political party have lost election the way NPP lost election in this government. NPP lost election in the 2020 election. Instead of going home and reflecting, correct your wrongs, come together, let's build a country, you want to prove that you are saints. You are not saints. You are not saints. Captain, what are saints? So they should stop it. The Chief Justice, I beg of her. You see, the NDC leadership is led by people who are very experienced, matured, and reasonable. We are led by a president who nationalistic interest matters to him than partisan. Or, said who, Nanadu Mudi, ethnocentrism, tribal, Captain, and it's high time we will interrogate again the Ajapadia documents. And I think that if the NPP current crop of executive were serious, they should do an introspection, analyze the realities of the Ajapadia document and condemn it. Because until they do that, Ghanaians will not forgive them. See, at Tikrumuha, now a small clan have been purported to have put a document on how to rig how to undermine the democracy of this country, how to collapse businesses, how to destroy people, and how to elevate themselves. You think that political party should not be collapsed? Legally as an institution of fraud. Captain, you think that political party should gain any trust from any Ghanaian who is not from Achim or Chebi, for that matter? And when you are saying it, they will say everything. Didn't the judiciary reflect in their document? The Japadia document, didn't it speak to how they will compromise the judiciary? Did we not see it happen? So Bidi Bonena, I'm running you here. We say your own people, former Chief Justice, former Speaker of Parliament, we now a committee back. We say Omoma Meman we searching. Why do you lie to the public? To incite the public for what?
Oh my video near day.
Aye, dear Captain, video no dear Fatuho. The back of some Dutch.
Me fancy.
Fancy. Let the NPP and let Afenyo Markins come and say, it's not true that the Chief Justice took rent allowance when he was living in a government bungalow. Let Afenyo Markins come and say it. Let Afenyo Markins come and say, the daughter of the Chief Justice and her companies have been awarded contracts within the judiciary by the Chief Justice. Nana do crowd one signed contract at money back. They got a contract at ambulance meboa. Omukonya contract to ambulance. And Ghanaians condemn it. Assuming Speaker Bagbe awarded a contract to his daughter, they would have roasted him. Then you have a Chief Justice who award contract to his daughter. I'll say, the daughter is Ghanaian. NPP leadership knows this. Yes, that. They know that. They know that these matters are very serious matters that if you have them, you should not be the one to mislead the public through NPP surrogates. You should not. You should not be the one doing that. Just to give the government a bad name and defend yourself and say, Captain, me, I'm here. What we will suffer, we have already suffered before. And I do admit that I will take any responsibility to stand just in anything that I do. If I'm wrong, I'll apologize and take responsibility. But when you know that you have done something wrong and you try to cover up with politics, when we say MPP, we say there be identity MPP for one who defend the Chief Justice. Was he a judicial committee chairman or chairperson for the MPP? She was a Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. Then under your stewardship, you have got a problem with the law. MPP for pen defending. No civil society is defending the Chief Justice. But the MPP want you to believe that it's witch hunt. We want to remove a Chief Justice and have our way. Until Godfred can go and print my comments and go and stand at High Court. And the Supreme Court said they should politicize the matter because Mustafa Bande has spoken about it. Is Godfred Dami a Ghanaian than all of us? Is Afenyo Markin a Ghanaian than all of us? If your mindset and your education tells you that you should use your intelligence, Captain, to take what belongs to the people of Ghana, you are to be pitied among all men. When most Ghanaians are suffering and you think that it should be about you and only you, you are to be pitied. I wasn't trained to prioritize myself at the expense of the people of Ghana. I wasn't trained like that. Oh, he works at the presidency bank. Captain, because I work at the presidency, I'm precluded from making public statements. Public statements that I know that people have done things wrong. These kind of things, how would you shield it? And I beg them, they should give us a break. There's a nation to build. And the NDC is not a timid political party either. We are only reasonable in government because there's a problem to be resolved. The problem that was created by President Akufo-Addo and his government. Now, Baumia. Any day I listen to my senior brother.
Ah, okay. I thought so good.
I get very disappointed. So no, I'm a drama man. But I trust you because I know to be the moon be. I now confirm them.
Ah, okay.
Now confirm.
Oh, you said no. Who was one of my dear?
Somebody are forced to do a drain you. You know, Captain.
Media. What's about behind it?
Former Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. You were the Vice President. You claim that you are even visible than the President at the time. Because you are claiming credit for anything President Akufo-Addo have done. Without taking responsibility for any crime that was committed under President Akufo-Addo. That is fine. Yachi will be. The person is under interrogation. I wouldn't be surprised that if it was me, His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will visit me. All right? But why do you come with an entourage? He doesn't know that when you are under interrogation, you should not be exposed to the public. Because anybody within the entourage can liquidate or neutralize the subject matter. The Vice President doesn't know that. This is common thing that he should know. Who could be an aya? What could party for? And woman gather her for rally, making agitation. Is Dr. Bawumia not using the Rambo style they are complaining about to go and visit Wontumi? Who does that? A former vice president. You are visiting a suspect, and then you mobilize people to go and converge at the premises of an investigative body in the name of visiting that person, and you want to be taken serious. I am not surprised. Say enunti ena President Akufo-Addo tifie nne. They see the adichibia Ofori will be Afia. Osama mo support Bawumia. Ofori will be Afia. Osama been supported by Bawumia. That is all Akufo-Addo is doing, and his conduct is justifying to me, even though I was feeling say the most dishonorable and disservice and disloyal treatment that anybody can give to another is to see that President Akufo-Addo today have actually used Bawumia and dumped him. Omo Yusuno. When Ofori was sitting at the ministry, they were using Dr. Bawumia to organize lectures that finance minister should be organizing. We differently woman and woman said no do woman morning. And then President Akufo-Addo is calling people and telling them, say, he is not supporting Bawumia. These are some of the things. Deliberate and self-inflicted incompetence. The Vice President, under investigation. Now you have bail. Now one meet bail condition. A Vice President says it's an attack on democracy. A Vice President says that process is an attack on a democracy, and you want to hand over Ghana to a person who thinks like that. A person who believes that when you are not able to fulfill a bail condition, now Uda Selsa, it's an attack on a democracy. And I captain say and you will be a Okumuha. But when you be the president, you will not see between who have done wrong and who have done right. But the ordinary Ghanaian, the farmer, is in remand. Number of people who are in remand because they can't fulfill bail conditions. Go to Sawam and check. Wontumi is better than those people. Wontumi is a more human being than the people who cannot fulfill their bail conditions and they are in cells. The likes of Dr. Komledufo, how much were they bailed? Atu Asian, how much was he bailed? Wontumi is more human being than that. Let me say this, Captain.
Say it.
Nobody hates Wontumi. He's a Nodna. Huh? He's a Nodna. He's a Nodna. He's from Navrongo. Ne papa nya Santiniyo. Wontumi is our brother. So I don't know why the people of Ashanti region have allowed him to do the kind of things they do. because we all respect Ashantis. Make a ufisa meboa. Every day I say it. Wontumi is our brother. Now who what Timia Betra Radio Akase? Vice President, Her Excellency your friend Nanim sympathy. Is it a political statement? Is it a statement that should be coming from a human being who is normal? You say that to a woman? Captain, NPP didn't condemn that. It served them well at the time. So they kept quiet. Want to be better radio so say to the whole world, say, Wono I who say, Wono Yamame Lodine Frijaso ba. Na President Mahama ebutu ne cook so. And the he served the MPP and Dr. Baumia to allow these stupid comments to be made by an individual. Excuse my language. They tolerated it. Adam Mufisa President Mahama Oni Adofwana. Or you think he doesn't have people who are aggressive around him? He's just, a humble character who can tolerate. But if you take a former president through this embarrassment, and you are a thief in addition to it, what was self-arrest? You've taken money and you didn't pay, you didn't do the work. What effrontery for a political party officer to take a contract. You don't do it and you take money. And let's politicize the issue, and a former vice president is supporting this. Captain, I would never, on any occasion, bring President Mahmoud Baumia, President Akufo-Addo's private domestic matters to a political discussion.
Even if it is true.
Even if it is true, I will not. Look, my first problem in school when I was in law faculty, time I kanda pa girl now turning around the bar. And one more can. And I'm saying, no, nobody should talk about it, because when you are dealing with a high-ranking government official, when unethical and improperly trained women are misbehaving, you don't degrade your institutions because of that. A lady took me on. I was defending Honorable Kandapa at the time, but he was MPP, Anambwa.
Yes.
It led to me getting referrals in one paper. Hey. I had to write petition on this matter because I felt it was wrong.
Really?
I Sawabroni issue by okay. I publicly condemned the matter. So if you agreed to do anything with the president at the time, it's unethical to come and be talking about it when you have problems. Matraho as an MPP leadership, Aba Wontumi who disgrace President Mahama ni ayedi. Wakodi Boni, we are dealing with him. You say they are witch hunting him. You say these kind of things, say a former president who Wontumi akwa chene say ne yida akwa chene so obutunu ne made so this disrespectful comments were made by Wontumi. The MPP leadership, President Akufo-Addo, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia didn't condemn it. Nobody reprimanded Wontumi. So should we sit in this country and allow this nonsense to go by? President Mahama is nice and gentle. We are not. We are not. President Mahama is tolerant. We are not. Let the MPP go and bend the sea. What is wrong yesterday is wrong today. What was right yesterday is right today. And any of them who breaks the law will be taken on. I can assure them. We will like that. Our blood likes that. Hey, do you know how much President Mahama is trying to contain all of us? That you demolish our houses and you still walk on the streets and making noise? One fear, some of them have stolen and put in the names of women. Stolen lands in cantonments. Put in the name of girlfriends and women. They think we don't know all that. And you have the effrontery to be making noise because you want to contest for elections. Really? And your grassroots is suffering. In the last 6 months, we have toured this country twice. Captain, we are cooling our grassroots. We are talking to them. We are bringing them along. one national executive of the NPP have not been able to tour this country. They've not been able to meet constituency executives to apologize. And you think it should be taken serious? They think they should be taken serious. Meti Hase Nano, Captain, in the last few months, many national organizers, Meti Hemi Yare, just say my bread, me read more bread. Because good leadership goes with critical work, engagement. You have to be forthright. Mining, we are engaging. Say, we are NPP new. We are NDC new. You have to do mining responsibly.
That's right.
Because we have instituted gold board to control mining activities. So if you collapse small scale mining, you are collapsing gold board. And it means that the gains that we are making in terms of the CD appreciating, we will lose that. So therefore, we are NPP new, we are NDC new. You have to change your style to do responsible mining. Who mining 1 acre, who be reclaiming 1 acre.
Okay.
We are engaging with the miners along government policy to make sure say nobody is left out. Say obi NPP ni na say obi NDC ni. Beyond that, Captain, one more ye galamsey, one more sense asini nyina, they will also be arrested. We NPP new, we NDC new, you be arrested. And we feel that the first step is to engage with the people and let them know. So see, some of the miners feel that they've not been fair. They have to do things right. Because a certain government tolerated it. This government says, no, you can't do it. And now no me tukwanya Erastus Asaredonko. NPP for Jami Abasu Sabimi Galamse.
When you be
Captain, go and ask His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So the list of people who are his boys are Wamo yetimidi chronofori wamo make a hobiana. When
you Galamse that?
Never. And I don't have any financier who is doing mining for me. And Kamati has a full suit. Kamati ha. I will not do something that will give you the opportunity to call and embarrass me. Captain, what happened? Akwabia wa Shattereje. And now 2016. Uko Yusu NPP Operation Vanguard. And Uko Pam NDC for free. Wabo babia wamu ye mine ho. And now they wafa. And mama and krata no set up. I think even in terms of time I wamu ye sadia no nipa baku wi. Ye win election NDC boys are wabo ho no. Omo say aban abadia. Ye nso be den. Ye be kwa koje. And of course, anybody that was maltreated in this country under President Akufo-Addo is justified to want to call for their palm of flesh. And a boys no call ye, national security intervened. And a palm obia. What does here? To me, honor Erasmus no publishing say national security the Nkrofo site was omunko eden. Omunko supervising na mining koso. So I reach out to him and I'm so, Erastus, I don't think that is fair. If you are going to report on something that involves national security or the presidency, engage. Get more facts before you do what? You publish. Because ejuma na wo ye no. Sir Erasmus anko ye documentary, Captain, you and I will not know say we be shen you ramu ye den. Galamse. So you are more or less an actor who must be protected. In doing so, it is national security you should be working with instead of attacking same. Because the issue there, national security is not mining. And now, may I explain man also you're sorry. Subsequently, you will engage. I actually made phone calls to senior colleagues to speak to them about what work you are doing. Subsequently, now frame, let me took one. And now frame say, now issue no, you're doing him fine. And I'm so my who Erastus, yes. Because Papa decide.
Papa me.
Papa na the concession. I into a friend.
Yeah, no more galamsey.
Yes,
that's one side.
Trying me ba. And no friend I'm say oh. Now issue no yakum na me who say a party a political. And no be say I didn't know a political. I'm saying a politician. I have the interest of my party people at heart.
Okay.
Captain, you can be journalist. I'm not a journalist.
You're a politician.
I'm a politician.
Simple.
And I am NDC, and the NDC people mean a lot to me. So we are trying to deal with it, engage so that we can stabilize the situation at the place. What's the identity? A political. And I'm saying, is there anything in this country that's not political? What's say because of that? You have waited 3 weeks down the line. Me to kwanya akoye documentary say Mema confirm me to you that national security is doing galamsey. Oh. Captain, how do you do that? How do you do that? And that NPP people Awal Mohammed Mo sa MPP abranti here onam he. Ako publish say I have confirmed. And I'm a friend, I'm chance that Erasmus, please, it's unfair to me. Go and correct the wrong publication NPP is making about me. One quiet message there. Captain Midonyami Attah has saying, I am not assisting anybody to do illegal mining. Neither will I help anybody to do illegal mining. Whether I'm involved, I am not involved, and I'm not doing illegal mining, and I'll never do illegal mining. Obia, mebua, amaya streamlining mining. Me then quiet galamsey. If I'm a deputy general secretary, a deputy director of operation at the presidency, and I cannot prevail on the minister of lands to give me documents to go and mine, then what am I? And the captain, it was a lie. This is what the NPP is doing. And to give some of us a bad name, me, I won't go and steal. Me, I won't go and insult anybody. And Captain, I'll say it, let firing squad come. And the NPP can do anything, they can threaten, they can say anything. But as of now, in the next 4 years, they will be held fully accountable for their wrongs. And nobody can thwart it. Nothing will happen. So they should relax. We have a nation to build, we have accountability to offer, and the stewardship of what we do today is what will win us our election in 2028. And your campaign will win the election. Ghana for be who say, yeah, the agreement de buy, yeah, the pa. Ghana for one to one. They will vote for us. It is not the NPP that will tell Ghanaians not to vote for us. Because in any case, in the last 8 years, you yourself were in cells. Yancho. Under President Akufo-Addo, a journalist couldn't talk. Today, it's not the same. Okatache, us, Odi Obi Atem Debia, Obi Achano. Oye Nipa, Oya Brante, Oya Centroni, Maninya Nejuma, Obi Anso Nejuma. That is the difference between quality of leadership. Nye we ya, ayi kubol of we ya, and now we are dear Banshe, Wamusa, Chrono Bon, Wamu prioritize, no. A hand tiny dry. Every day they take somebody's thing by force. If you don't give it to them, they will use the system against you. That is what the NPP have left in our hearts. Finally, Captain, year 2024 election, 2028, I shall see you. You see, Unim said we still have assembly election a year no, 2 years ago no. So Unim said we still have places a year assembly election in Ghana has it.
Yes. They will say you see the list to be.
Do you think that we have a competent electoral commission? Captain, do you know that as we speak, Ablekumanov, Omuni MP?
Yes.
Unim said Jimensa tried to Nicodemously blame the police for it. After all the illegalities, Unim said Oma Betran Trose Serebo Okweku doesn't represent them as far as the by-election is concerned. Meanwhile, all the coalitions and the recoalitions that occurred, Serebo Okweku was the one who represented the Electoral Commission in all of these matters. yɛte ha nnɛ wonim sɛ nkurɔfoɔ a yɛde kɔɔ wɔn kɔyɛ election officers yɛntua mo ka
bebree ketekete one kora yɛntua mo
mede bɛsi ha gyemɛnsa deɛ yɛde bɛsi ha daakye ho asɛm if we don't have an independent electoral commission for 2028 election captain kuromu ha bɛyɛ hye o kuromu ha bɛyɛ hye because I think that Jane Mensah is not fit to be a commissioner of the Electoral Commission. I think that Jane Mensah should not be the commissioner of Electoral Commission. And I say that as a Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, who have had an experience of incompetence and a dangerous organization of election.
All right.
But by this time, I think Jane Mensah should be facing the CID for investigation.
But I say,
Tayatna has saying, BVD machines, okay.
Okay. Say be shame you.
So okay.
Say yeah, you be shame you. I'm sure. And I say, you're not here, Wamba.